Hello, everybody. You ready for another bridge tip? Today, we're going to continue our topic of know the rules. I am going to be talking about the rule of 20 and the rule of 22. Some of you may have heard of these rules before, but we're going to clarify them a little bit for those who have been confused. There are many different conventions that we use in bridge. I have said before that conventions are just tools. They're tools that we use to help us reach the optimum spot. But conventions are not absolutes. They're just guidelines. The same is true of rules in bridge. I will tell you that you're going to have many different people tell you, oh, I play this, I play that, I play it like this, I play it like that. And you and your partner are going to have to come to some kind of agreement how the two of you play it, because bridge is a partnership game, and that's the most important part. But today we are going to discuss two of the rules of 20 and the rule of 22. And they're very, very similar, and there's minute differences between them because people took the rule of 20 and tweaked it a little bit. But first, we'll talk about the rule of 20. With the rule of 20, you add your high card points to the number of cards you hold in your two longest suits. If the total comes to 20 or more, you open the bidding. Now, we're talking about guidelines for opening the bidding at the one level for hands that might only have 10 high card points or 11 high card points and some 12s. We're trying to decide whether or not to open them at the one level. So again, the rule of 20 states that you add your high card points to the number of cards you hold in your two longest suits. And if the total comes to 20 or more, you open the bidding. And again, we're opening the bidding at the one level, not preempts. Okay. Well, the rule of 20 is a great place to start. However, there are many experts and other advanced players that felt it was insufficient in evaluating the true worth of a hand or whether or not it was a real opening hand just by using the rule of 20 alone. So there are other considerations that I use also when evaluating a hand. And I will tell you this, that sometimes we look at a hand, and even if we didn't have any rules, we'd say, of course I'd open that hand. And other hands would say, no, I'd never open it. But we're just trying to give you a little bit more of some guidelines to help you decide. So the good considerations or the other considerations are good spot cards. I love my 9s and 10s. That your points are in your long suits. That's important to me. And quick tricks. What does that all mean? Well, let's take a look at our first example A here. Here we have 5-5 come alive. We all hear that little 5-5, and I like this 5-5 hand. I have 5 spades and 5 hearts, and I have 10 high card points. Well, are we supposed to open 10 high card point hands? Well, this one I would. So let's see. It meets the rule of 20. I have 10 high card points and 10 cards combined in my two longest suits, 5 and 5 equals 10. So yes, I'd always open this hand and I'd open it one spade. But look at hand B. Again, I have 5-5, but I'm not coming alive. I can tell you that much. Look at those sad suits. My points are all outside my suit. So I meet the rule of 20. I have 5 cards in spades and 5 cards in hearts. That equals 10. And 10 high card points equals 20. So some people may open this hand, but I would not consider opening this one spade. Again, most of my high card points are in my short suits, and that king of clubs all by itself may not be worth much. My partner needs to have an ace in that suit or the queen in the suit to make it of any value whatsoever. And my partners, I don't know about you, but my partners never hold the cards I need them to have. So let's talk about reevaluating the rule of 20. Okay. So the rule of 22 uses the rule of 20, but adds a caveat. So besides adding the length of your two longest suits, you add your high card points, the two longest suits, and quick tricks. If you have two or more quick tricks plus your 20, that equals 22. And now you would open one of your suit. So what are quick tricks? Well, we talked about the king standing all by itself alone is not worth a darn at the moment. But if you have a protected king, king X, as it says here, that is worth half of a trick. An ace is a quick trick. A king queen together in the same suit is a quick trick. The ace queen in the same suit is considered 1.5 quick tricks. An ace king in the same suit is considered 2 quick tricks. And an ace jack 10 together in the same suit is also considered 2 quick tricks. So how does this all relate to what we're talking about? Well, let's take a look. Okay. In this first hand, we have 4 diamonds and 4 clubs. Those are our 2 longest suits, so we have a total of 8 cards in our 2 longest suits. Plus, we have 12 high card points. So that meets the rule of 20. So we would always open this hand 1 diamond if we were just using the rule of 20. However, if we wanted to tweak our rule of 20 a bit and we wanted to add the rule of 22, we would add quick tricks. So in this hand, we have 2.5 quick tricks. We have the 2 aces, which are each a quick trick, and the protected king of spades over here is a half. So now we meet the rule of 22 with 22.5, and we would open this hand 1 diamond. The second hand has 3 4-card suits, but we only take the longest 2, so we only use 2 of them. So that's 8 cards together in our 2 longest suit, plus 12 high card points, as you can see, but only 1 quick trick. For those that feel that it's important to have that 2 quick tricks and meet the rule of 22, this one would not meet the rule of 22, and it only is 21, and they would pass. So if you were using the rule of 22, even though you have 12 high card points in the second hand, a lot of people would pass. Now we keep getting lower and lower and lower in our opening hands. It started that we always needed to have 13, 14, then we went down to 12, and people are doing all 11s today. But there are people who still feel that this 12 is not a hand that they would open because it does not meet the rule of 22. Let's take a look at another example. In this hand, we have 6 hearts and 4 diamonds. So we have 10 cards in our 2 longest suits. And we have 10 high card points. So that meets the rule of 20. And we have 2.5 quick tricks. We have 2 aces and the ace queen in the same suit. So that's 2.5. I would not open this hand 2 hearts like many people would preempt. They only have 10 high. I would always open this hand 1 heart. So I would say to you, this is a great hand, and I would never open it a week 2. It's got too much potential with its 2.5 quick tricks. So this meets the rule of 22. 20 plus 2.5, and I would gladly open it 1 heart. Let's take a look at the next hand. This one has 5 diamonds and 5 clubs, and it's got 10 high card points. So I've got 10 cards in my 2 longest suits, and I've got 10 high card points, but I'm not 5-5 come alive on this one. This one is a crappy hand, in my opinion. It's lots of quack, 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 quacks. And I've got no quick tricks, so I would pass in a hurry. I'd come in later if I had a chance in the auction, but I would not open this hand. But there are many who feel that the rule of 20 is good enough for them. They don't care about the quack, quack, quacks, and they would open it. But that's your judgment. Use your best judgment. I would pass. But the next 5-5 hand, the third one here, 5-5, I definitely come alive. I've got king, queen, 5th of spades, and ace, jack, 5th of diamonds. My points are in my 2 long suits. I really like that. So I've got 10 high, and I've got the rule of 20. And I also have the rule of 22 because I have 2 quick tricks. I have the ace of diamonds and the king, queen in the same suit. So I'd happily open it 1 spade. So there you have a quick view of what the rule of 20 and the rule of 22 look like. But again, it's a partnership game. So I would suggest that you and your partner discuss how you would like to play these 2 rules. And it's always good to know what your partner holds in their hand when they open at the 1 level. And it's good for you not to play this tool differently. You both should be on the same page. So I'm just going to tell you that I love to hear from my students what they'd like to hear about. And this rule of 20 and 22 was given to me as a problem by one of my students, that they were confused about it because they're very similar. And I hope this helped them, and I hoped it helped you to decide whether or not you want to employ the rule of 20 or the rule of 22, or if you're satisfied with just using your bridge logic, which I know is good, and decide whether or not to open your hand. If you have a particular bridge topic that you would like to have talked about, please email me and I'll try and make that happen. Otherwise, I hope you have a very, very nice day, and may all your finesses be working. Have fun at bridge, because bridge is a great game. See you soon.